It's fucking warm, man, hier.
Yo. Hey, ik heb net op rec gedrukt. Oh, we doen het in het Engels, is oké?
Yeah, prima.
Yeah, because we have to switch to the English audience. So
you're already recording.
yeah, no, it's good because people like it's legit, right?
Yeah.
No, I have to ask you for the law, you know. I have to tell you I'm gonna record, otherwise you can sue me, you know.
Okay. For some reason, I only hear one side of the headphone.
Yeah, but that's typical Sennheiser.
Okay, here we go. Yeah.
I have 4 Sennheisers and 3 are broken, one-sided, always. I don't know why.
Oh yeah, I got a second one here, and it's a bit, similar story. Basically, if I would just switch these parts, it would be okay. But
yeah, but so we're gonna send this video also to Sennheiser to complain why always the DJ headphones fall out the left side and right side.
Yes.
It's not a complaint. It's fucking the best headphone, but
it is. It's strange because it's so small, but you get like this perfect suction of what you need for doing a set. I think. But
honestly, people ask me what headphone you use in years, and the Sennheiser one I always trust on it. It's loud, you know.
yes.
I don't need bass. I just need mids and highs. I cannot make some bass, so that's a good tip for all the audience, man. Buy Sennheiser. We're not sponsored by Sennheiser anyway. We hope we get sponsored at the end of this video. But anyway, Tripit, Francis, welcome to the Stinky Tofu Show, Prospect Radio, Prospect app.
Good to be here.
Yeah, man, it's crazy to see in Skype in this environment, man.
Yeah.
you see what I did for you on the right side? You see what I hang there?
Yeah, I'm checking it out. Well,
some
the older shirt, right?
Yeah, but that's a good one. But you are wearing a new shirt, I think.
I'm wearing a new one, yes, the Picasso one, which has just actually been released. Well, we're going a bit ahead of time, so last week, you know.
No, it's always good, man. But this one will stay for a while, so all you guys who get bored at home, I think Francis did a really, really great one this time, and self-designed, inspired by a lot of classic, people in the past. But anyway. But also, we just started. Okay, this show is like, I don't know. I have nothing to prepare, so we talk about crazy things we see in the chat or whatever. But anything, okay, how are you, man?
I'm quite good. I'm getting more back to being productive. I took a little break during the whole COVID stuff because I figured, like, why am I rushing into everything like I always do? Because now it's the perfect time to take a little step back, and I actually took a little bit of time to garden and, like,
right.
a lot with plants, and just because it really made me zen. It really made me calm, and that was nice. I built a tiki bar. I started building shit. So I mean, like, really just try and did something else because it was way too warm in the studio anyway.
Yep. No air conditioning?
No, sadly not. And I'm under under a roof, which is with the big Velux here, so the sun is really on me, and it's already getting really moist now. I took a little break, but actually I only did that for like a week or 3, I think. In the beginning, I made a lot of slow stuff in the beginning, a lot of techno, even a bit of electro, and like really down tempo stuff. And then I really needed a break to sort of get back into the hardcore, because if you don't do events, you don't really get inspired from what's left and right of you.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm like back on the hardcore stuff, and I did a few remixes, and I'm also on the Deadshot 100 with a remix, and I have a lot of stuff coming, still coming to be released, because normally everything was going to be June or whatever, but everything got pushed back to September or later, so there's going to be a shitload of vinyl still this year, which is good news.
Good, man. Yeah, but honestly, I'm looking at you, and you're looking well, man. Really, you look fresh.
Thank you.
Honestly, look fresh.
Lifestyle is a bit healthier, than touring.
This a lot of artists, these days with no gigs, they're doing different stuff, they normally don't do. So that's good, man.
Yes.
Even I did, honestly, I said in other podcasts also, besides the things we don't have now, but I enjoy still the COVID time to do other things. Honestly, I did really crazy things I never did when we have the gigs, So
Yeah.
At that point, yeah, can we thank COVID? Yeah, it's kind of
I
crazy, but
was, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I was actually really happy because I was reaching a point that I was, yeah, getting a bit drained of the gigs and like all the stress and
Mhm.
the stress and the touring and everything that comes with the whole lifestyle, you know. And I was really happy that I had some time to really review my life in a bit and to see what I actually wanted to grow towards and set new goals and stuff. But it's been like now a good month and I'm like, okay, I'm really done with this. It can really start again. I really miss traveling so much. I miss playing for people. I mean, I miss the socials, you know,
Yeah.
mainly. So yeah, I'm done with it. Seriously.
Yeah, nah, as I said, but do we have any upcoming shows for like the events like 100 people, 50 people? We did
um,
Prospect one a couple of weeks ago.
yes, I did a prospect one. I did a few private events too, but yeah, there's nothing really in the pipeline apart from something in November maybe, but it's still like it's not 100% confirmed. So, but otherwise, everything that I had is just being switched to next year for now, and like the newer stuff, the sitting down concerts. So yeah, there's maybe a few in the pipeline, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's slow. It's slow. Yeah, I don't know. I really have to extend my creativity to other parts to try and get a bit of money, and I'm doing most of the time a bit of graphic work now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
Okay. Okay,
tricky.
man. You don't spoil too much. Okay, we start with the
Yes.
most basic question. Where you born? French, Belgium,
Oh
Holland,
yeah.
Germany?
Born and raised in Belgium.
All right. So you're real Belgium.
I'm a real Belgian.
The
From the
French
Flemish
side?
side.
French
No,
side or the Dutch side?
the Dutch side, so the Flemish side. I
Uh,
live in the corner where all the farmers live, because they always said because when we speak our dialect, people do not understand us even when they live, you know, like 50 kilometers away from us. We have a very yeah weird dialect. We I live close to the French border, so really the West Flemish region.
yeah. Yes.
So we have this brilliant accent, which is just sounds really dirty in everything you do. So yeah, no, I grew up in the region. I did move a few times around, but now I'm close to Kortrijk.
Okay.
Yeah, it's easy accessible from the highways and stuff. So I stay here, have my friends here, my family. You know, there was a time that I would wanted to move to like warmer regions, but I kind of gave up on that idea until I have a bit more stability in my life, maybe.
Yeah. Which country you prefer if you can go?
Yeah. I had this dream, but it's already like 5 years ago that I was gonna go to Spain. But then I actually went a few times to Spain to not just hotels and stuff, but actually stay with people and see how they live. And I don't really relate to their, how to say it, to their hours on when they eat and when they close and the siestas. It's
Yeah.
just such a big change, and
Yeah.
I kind of gave up on that idea. Plus, I mean, I like good weather and stuff, but in the summer it gets so warm. I mean,
Yeah. It's crazy.
really need air conditioning, and I just die here when it's summer because
Yeah.
I have no air conditioning. But
Yeah.
I
You
do want
should.
to migrate somewhere someday.
I
But
think
now,
LA is good, man. LA.
yes, well, I really just chose Europe because then you can still go out to play, which
Yeah.
LA would be nice, but it's more tricky. I
Yeah.
always wanted to go to Southeast Asia as well, for in a little cabin or something. But you know, I want to stay relative in the music for as long as
Yeah.
I can. So for now, that's really dreaming very far away.
I think Japan would be awesome. If I was younger, 25 years younger, man, Japan is awesome. Fucking hell.
Yes, yes, it's so dope. Dope.
It's
But
it's
the
hot.
thing is, yes, yeah, the weather's yeah, it goes a bit in extremes, right?
Yeah, it's
Very,
winter and summer.
very
Yeah.
cold. But I wouldn't do cities then, because last year when I was in Tokyo, I mean, I was there for a week, and after 3 days, I needed to escape the big crowds, and we went to Mount Fiji, and then I come back, you know, to myself, and I need some nature in there. Or
All
I don't
right.
know how I would cope with the busy, with you know, so many people. I'm not used to it. I
Okay.
grew up in the village, you know, never lived in a city. So yeah, that's a bit new for me.
Yeah, but your music fits cities. What you make is really city
Yeah,
music.
I love cities though, but I like some nature around me, and
Yeah. Fair
yeah,
enough. Fair enough.
yeah.
Okay. I think it's a funny question. Like I know you started around 2007 with music, 2006.
2003 I started
Yeah.
DJing.
DJing, yeah.
Yeah, and then producing was like a year after, I think. I started
Hmm.
experimenting with yeah, hardcore stuff.
Hmm.
2007 was the first Spinal release,
Yeah.
actually.
You know how I know you? In that era, I was still working for record companies and record shop. And Simon Underground tipped me like, this guy, man, you did a release on a picture disc on Strike. There's a black, yellow picture
Yes,
disc. And,
yes, yes.
and we ordered from Simon because Simon, Soundbase sent it to Simon Underground and we ordered from Simon. And Simon said, yeah, this record, just check this boy, check this boy. And
But
even Mark Henry was like, whoa, this guy is talented, man. Yeah, that was
yeah,
funny.
Mark N, he played the first Mad Max and stuff as
Yeah.
well. He played in Ghent around 2008, and I walked in at the time he played Feminine Feet, and it was like, what? I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
my mind just blew. But can I interrupt you? Because it's a funny story that you're saying about Simon.
Yeah, of course.
That he's, he got the tracks, but actually originally that Strike EP, I sent it to Simon for
Re-
Rebel Scum.
really?
But I didn't send it to Luke. I sent it to Simon, and he said it's not for Rebel Scum. So that was that. And then I went to Soundbase for Strike, and then it's only a few years that Luke knows. Like he complimented me on those tracks, and it was like, dude, I sent those tracks to you first.
Really?
And Simon apparently, yeah, something must have gone wrong communication wise. So yeah, it's a funny side story on that.
No,
But I'm
this
happy that I got to do the Rebel Scum then the year after.
man, this is Stinky Tofu show experience. So the stinky things have to be revealed. So this is a good one, man.
Yes,
Man,
yes, yes.
okay,
There's plenty
yeah,
more stuff for that thing.
man. All the Rebel Scum one this came out in 2010. Yeah, I did some little bit of homework. I
Was
think,
it 10? Okay, it's
yeah,
not 9, but it could be 10, yeah.
yeah. I think that track, man, that infiltration is that with the acid break with the
Yeah,
kicks.
that's the acid one.
Man,
Yeah,
that one is my top 5 favorite for you all time, man.
yeah,
Have to
that's
be
nice.
in the spot 1 and 2. I don't know which. I think maybe I like Hostile the most because it's on Hawk
Right.
Virus. Not my label, but that track is so savage. You can
It's
still play
very
it.
aggressive. Yeah, yeah,
It's
very
so fucking violent, and even now people, yeah,
aggressive.
all the other styles like, oh, I'm the hardest, but those kicks are really, really, really huge, man.
Yes.
Big bold
Sure.
kicks. Okay, but we're gonna go back a little bit in history.
Yes.
I think you, KRTM, Ignition System, Chaos Engine.
Yeah.
I think you're pretty on the same era, right? Starting, you guys.
Well, me and Ignian actually we grew up in the same village.
Yeah.
Yeah, he lived like a few blocks away from me, and we got to know each other from skateboarding and stuff. And actually, where I grew up, Kortemark was the name. There was a lot of homegrown talent there because Eccentric is from there.
Yeah, that guy. It's just-
Subversa, Intergalactic Purfire. I mean, the whole crew there. This is how I started being interested in hardcore because of Subversa and the whole crew that was there. So yeah, that's that. And KRTM, he started a few years later. Actually, he said to me once, which is, now, I mean, he's so huge in whatever he does, and he's so creative and talented, that he actually started to make music or / hardcore because of him seeing me play back in the day. I take this as a huge compliment, and now I'm the one looking up to him for, that's how I take it these days.
Yeah, but that's good.
Chaos Engine started a bit later, but I did know him from seeing him around parties at the time. Yeah.
He was more in the breakcore. He started more in the breakcore scene. Yeah.
Yes.
Because he also,
he's also from Antwerp. That's the other side of the Flemish country, so there was a little bit like Casimir KRTM is more closer to where I grew up, so it was easier to get in contact with them than with him back in the day.
Yeah, but why I mentioned this because Saber, I do a lot with Saber, a lot with you also, and it's just funny to see the Belgium. You guys are the generation of Belgium industrial hardcore techno, whatever you want to call it. But that's really good, man. I'm really, because when I back in the days, I was in the record shop. I saw all these guys like you coming up, and now we're sitting here, fucking 15 years later, whatever, still kicking it, still closed in the fucking COVID-19 stuff. But anyway, it's really awesome, man. Okay, but I miss a little bit the Belgium vibe, the last 5 years, maybe, there was a really big underground scene in Belgium, hardcore.
Yeah, that's pretty much slim to non-existent now.
Yeah.
It's purely because police has been really targeting, especially hardcore and techno-oriented parties. because they link it to drugs, but drugs is everywhere, you know. But they really just started closing down all the good venues. You probably remember the Steeple and stuff.
Yeah.
That's how it started. I mean, Steeple here is like 10 minutes drive from my house. But yeah, it started with everything, and everything in Ghent just started. I mean, just the police force that they showed up on the venue, like the footworks parties were one of the last ones that they still did in Ghent, but people didn't already want to come anymore because they knew they were going to be searched by dogs, and just this attitude of the police, like really like you're all criminals or something. So that's, I think, played a big role in why not many events or people that still dare to organize stuff.
Crazy.
But yeah, the glory years were really like 10 to 15 years ago for sure in Belgium. Yeah.
Because the sad thing, I heard a lot of, if people came to party in Belgium, after the party, they stop you, they test blood and all kind of things, right, in Belgium?
Yeah.
Crazy, it's really crazy. Often, like, I went to a lot of parties, also in Cubus, I think, something like that. Cubus, the party location.
The Cubus, yes. Man. Oh, yeah, I was there too. Yeah.
That's wild, man. Honestly.
Did you get searched there, or?
No, but I saw a lot of kids, you know, and of course, of course, people use, of course, is drugs bad? No, it's a part of the scene, man. It's same like alcohol, so come on. Sure. So people.
Yeah, I know, but yeah.
So but
lately here.
Yeah, but of course you can play outside. Okay, now I mentioned parties. 2008, I think. I'm one of the first guys booked you for Holland, right? Party?
I think you were the first, or you were definitely in the organization of.
Yeah, that was it. 2008 in Puma. It was in Utrecht.
That was it.
Yeah,
I remember.
So everybody know who booked trip at first in Holland.
Yes.
Motherfucking Rice, Mr. Rice. No, but the party sucks, man. It was really fucking nobody came.
yeah, I remember that too.
Honestly, I was feeling a little bit, okay. I feel a little bit like, wow, man, we got to trip it, but honestly, we are pretty ahead of time in that era, so it's okay.
Yeah. I think I don't remember yet. That was the first one in Holland. I actually, in 2007, when my first release came out, my first international booking or like big one was Switzerland, and I played like 3-4 times a year in Switzerland, so it was really a lot of times there, even before being booked in the Netherlands. So that was definitely the first one. I'm trying to remember the name. Do you still remember what the party's called?
Industrial Power, I think. Something.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah. That was it.
And at the
end,
you're
also the first one getting me on the festival.
Yeah.
I think that's year or year after.
I think 2010. I think Dominator.
No. Before, no? Remember? It went simultaneously with the Sputnik release, and it was
Nightmare Outdoor.
Nightmare Outdoor. That was it. That was the first one.
Oh yeah,
and that was probably 2008 or 9. I think.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Time flies. Because I did a little bit disco, but man, you fucking reach too much, so I was like, forget it.
Yeah.
All right, awesome, man. Okay, but anyway, like, we'll go a little bit back now, still. So, but who teach you the music? You yourself? You go to YouTube, or somebody helps you in the beginning?
In the beginning, I need to think. The most stuff I did was self-taught, because I still consider myself not really being an expert. I just, I try to be creative, and I do whatever I think sounds good. And I just always had from the beginning, I tried to really rely on my ears. I remember when I had a track that I used to run around in different corners of the room and going outside the door to really listen to the reflections of the bass. I mean, my parents back in the day, they had to really live with a vibrating house all the time. But I think I did most. I mean, like the basics maybe from back in the day from Subversa, because he was also on FL Studio. But then I just, sort of learned it by myself.
Yeah.
Like I said, I always try to get the sound right from the beginning. Now I don't run around in the studio anymore because I got the sub pack. I should get sponsored by sub pack as well.
Me as well,
I
man.
made so much promotion. Yeah. And
there's a lot of
with this, I don't. Yeah, it's so good. I mean, I don't have to produce very loud anymore, so I save my ears. You just feel it, and that's just brilliant. I cannot work without it anymore.
Yeah, because I remember 2 years ago I was on Facebook, and you told me if you use it, you cannot do it without. I agree with you, because sometimes.
I told it to so many people. I think a lot of people in the scene are now using it. yeah, I should really be sponsored by
All
it.
right. Okay. So Sennheiser, Supac. So you know who you're gonna
Yes.
sponsor. Sponsor this well-looking guy, Tripit. Of course, you're a little bit commission to Kin, but that's I will fix it
Yes.
afterwards. But
Yeah.
anyway, no, man. Honestly, Supac, I love it because I can buy a subwoofer, but yeah, I can open the subwoofer at night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Exactly that. Exactly that. And I don't even know if it's still relative to use it. Okay, if you want to really listen
nah.
loud, but it's not necessary anymore.
I think one guy, there's a guy, a fishy guy in France. He has a fucking big farm. Yeah, that guy, he can use a fucking subwoofer. You know that, motherfucking
Yeah.
fish.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah.
Phew.
But I wouldn't want to be his ears, after all that time. I really try to save my ears as much as I can.
Yeah, but I think Hellfish is a little bit deaf.
Probably. It's
It-
the age as well.
he's the best one. He can do mix down with deaf. Oh no, we're not talking about him anymore. It's too much fish these days, man. Too much fucking fish. Okay,
Yeah, that's the line.
okay. You use Fruity Loops?
Yes.
Yeah. I was
So
also amazed with Fruity. It looks so juicy. All these coins and
I'm even still on like older versions because I like the way how you can create kicks in the older versions, not so much
Right.
the newer ones. So I'm a bit, I'm pretty old school in everything that I do.
Yeah, but
That's why I don't see myself like a go-to guy to really learn stuff or something. I just do
Yeah.
my own shit and I know how to do my shit and that's about it.
man, honestly, I still use Cubase 8.5. I bought 9. I just downloaded it. I didn't like it. I still have it. And now I
Mhm.
upgrade to 10. I bought it and never installed it. But I have to buy it, otherwise I have to pay a lot of money when I go to Cubase 12.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Just
But-
to stay related. That's good. That's what's good with FL. You just buy it once and you get lifetime upgrades.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still doing kicks in the 7, and I got the 20 now, which is new. So I'm on like an edition that's like, I don't know, 5 years or more old.
Really? And you don't have to. You don't have to pay for it.
No, one time you get lifetime. Yeah. So FL Studio sponsorship as well, maybe.
Okay, so we have Sennheiser, Subpac, FL Studio.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, you also sponsored by Hong Virus. You're wearing his shirt. Like, man, I'm still looking to his T-shirt, man. It looks really good.
I know. I'm really happy with it.
But
Really
luckily,
happy with it.
we have a prospect post on the other side, so Garrett won't say that too much, promotion.
Yeah, well, there's a flag. Yeah, there's flags everywhere here, but
Okay, no, I was joking. Okay, the other
Yeah.
one, man.
yes.
What about is it a backpack or medpack? I've been a bit confused.
Yeah, you're not the only one. Originally, it was Badback, and that's a label I started 2008, I think, with a local records shop here, which is
Cyclone,
now
right?
Cyclone, yes, which is now defunct. We did that for 3 releases until stuff got a bit slow. Then the shop got actually taken over by somebody else, and then we did the one release, the one with Coexistence and Traffic, which was the 4. But that didn't work out very well either with the shop. So I needed to rethink everything that I did, and that's around the time that KRTM retired from music for a while, and that he was gonna have a comeback. So I went to his place, and I was like, he didn't know where he had to release his music, because for him music and art goes really hand in hand.
Yeah.
And he didn't really find himself with the artworks from many labels, and was like, you know what, I want to restart Badback. Why don't you just get in on the management and stuff, and we do it together, and you release there, and we just took it digitally then.
Yeah.
So that's how that started. But we were stuck with the name. That's the reason we had to change from Badback to Madback. We were stuck on a distributor, like an online distributor that we couldn't change our name. Or how was it again? Basically, it was because of a distributor we had to, or they took all our tracks offline, or we just changed our name like tiny bit, and then we were out of their rules and stuff, and we could just continue. Oh yeah, it was because we wanted to leave them, and we were not allowed to leave them. It was like a really big,
That's silly for. It's silly
it's a
for.
small thing. Yeah, seriously, those guys, I don't remember the name even, but even if you lost your passport, you needed to pay 50 euros.
I think
these guys were really rip-off.
Belgium guys?
No, they were German. I actually remember the name. I don't know if it's a name and shame them, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I can if you want.
No, Stefan? Soundwaves? No.
No, it was Fire or
No.
Fryer.
No.
It's an online distribution thing.
Yeah, come on, but it's underground music. It's, small
Exactly,
labels
but
fuck.
yeah, that's how we even got the logo. We were ready to launch everything, and then like the week prior to it, we had to
Mhm.
change the name, and we just changed the one letter, and we just. I didn't. In hindsight, I didn't find it really bad because it was new management. It was also
Yeah.
a bit of a new style. We were going with the more techno crossover stuff. So yeah, it was like a new start.
All right.
And I'm
Cool.
happy that we're also now going back to vinyl since last year, and yeah, I'm almost done with the new one also for it to be released
Who's
later this year.
who's doing that distribution?
That's underground music. That's Simon.
Oh, Simon again.
Oh, yes,
So
Simon. That,
Simon, we need also sponsorship from you.
yeah.
So lifetime free vinyls, and always once a year we can pick one collector item
Yeah.
from his
Yeah, just
collection.
like yeah. Each time I see Luke's white labels, I just get really fucking jealous. I mean, we should get all the white labels of all the new stuff. You hear that?
Man,
That
I
would
got.
be so dope.
I think downstairs I got a package inside with a black vinyl of Hong Kong Finest 21. You got the transparent one, right?
Yes, I have two black ones and a transparent one.
Ah, damn you! No. Keep them, don't sell them. You know, the funny thing is, like, a lot of people are searching for Hong Kong Finest 1. It's that people pay a lot of money for it. It's crazy, man.
Yes,
So face can go crazy in time, man. Trust me.
yeah.
So
Yep.
everybody who's listening in, always the first releases of new labels, beware.
Yeah.
Also, you have to buy the Fisher Rice 1. It's going to be high prices. But no, I'm joking again. Okay, man. All the things like, what's up with your tattoos, man? I was inspired by your crazy tattoos, man. Even okay, the whole black one. Yeah, I have 0 tattoos, but
yeah.
and a lot of friends of me has a lot of tattoos, like Richard, Garrett, even Hellfish.
Yeah,
Okay,
Hellfish. Yeah, I remember that. He
yeah,
went from nothing to suddenly a full sleeve, like in like a month time or something. That's how I remember it. Seeing him
yeah,
suddenly party full
yeah,
sleeves. I'll never
yeah.
forget it.
Crazy. But what's up with the totally black one, man, on your right arm?
Yeah,
It's left.
my original idea was actually even more black, but then
More black.
I'm happy, yeah, that I didn't do it completely because here it goes back to patterns, but I wanted it to be a bit more black. But man, it's so intense, seriously. And a lot of people don't cover the elbows because that's one of the most
Yes.
painful places, and that's full black. I mean,
Oh my gosh.
I think this part was like 9 hours with like 20 needles just scraping your skin open. My arm was like this thick. It was terrible, but so I'm happy I did other stuff around it, but also the dot work was really slow, which like just the part of the hand here was like also 10 hours or more, and you had to go a few times over that. Yeah, now that you mentioned the tattoo stuff, I had a lot of ideas for new stuff, but sadly my tattoo artist passed away.
Yeah, I saw you.
And yeah, so I'm like stuck with all of these ideas, and yeah, not just that, I really lost a friend because I knew that guy from parties. He was in the hardcore scene as well. He went to raves and stuff, and he even goes to Prospect or went to Prospect. I knew him from 15 years, and each time I had to go get a tattoo, I drove more than an hour to just go there, and then we did sessions for
Crazy.
sometimes a complete night. There's this one time I walked in the evening, and we started working. We did an entire night, and I walked out of the shop at lunchtime the next day because it needed to be finished. And I really thought I nearly had a heart attack then, because after a while you can't reach your pain level is reached, but we kept on doing it because we had no more appointments, and I had to go somewhere or travel probably. So I have so many memories with him, and so yeah, he's eternally in my skin, and I'm grateful for that. But now I'm just stuck with all the ideas, and I'm a bit afraid to go to another tattoo guy because everything you see is done by him,
Yeah.
So
yeah, maybe.
we'll
But you have enough from him, I see. So.
yeah, I was planning to go towards my neck and my chest and my back, but yeah, there's
Crazy,
no
man.
money. There's no money, you know.
Yeah. So
There's no tattoo guy anymore either.
so the audience, if you buy a T-shirt for Tripit, of course he
Yeah,
gets he gets nothing for it, but at least you help him mentally, you know. No,
yeah. You
no,
can
you
sponsor my tattoo sessions also. Let's make a
crazy.
donate button maybe, or
No, don't donate. Just buy the T-shirts, man, and listen to
yeah,
the radio,
or do
whatever.
both. Yeah.
Yeah, crazy. Okay. Also, you starting. I saw you do vinyl sets, but in the beginning days, I was remember you. You always did live, you know, with
Yeah.
the controller. Wha-
Yes. Well, I started with vinyl. But I started with drum and bass
Yeah.
actually. I did that for like a year and a half, I think, or played it 2 years. But I started to get interested in hardcore. So in the beginning years, I started to mix. I started to buy hardcore records that could fit a drum and bass set as well. So I actually made live crossbreed, you know, just playing breaks and like four kicks on it. And people really digged it. And then once I started doing more of my own productions, then I figured, because yeah, not so much was on vinyl. I didn't have CD players or whatever. So then for me, it was easiest to just do live sets, which was, you
Yeah.
know, my live sets were not super live, but they were more about playing my own music. And I never played other people's tracks. It's really just bringing my own sound. And that was what I kept doing then for a bunch of years until it got way too repetitive for me.
Yes.
Then I just needed to go back to DJing. And since that, I'm so happy I did it because now I enjoy playing way more to just play what I want. And,
Yeah.
you know, yeah, that's a
Yeah.
bit
More
story.
diverse. I heard your sets also. It's more.
Definitely.
Yeah. I saw. I listened to in the car last days in your prospect podcast you did. You start with actually you start with the slow stuff and
Yeah.
you build it up.
That's
But
also always what I like to do, keep it diverse. But yeah, within the years, I got more and more booked for the faster stuff, for the terror stuff. So people that got to know me in that period really think I'm just only terror. And some say go back to your roots, but I'm actually back to my roots now. You know,
Yeah.
I'm doing what I've always done, which is making everything from slow stuff to faster extreme stuff. I need to be diverse, or I can't keep doing it. You know.
no, but it's good. I have the same, man. People, I start with terror, speedcore, and when I play, a lot for prospect, I like UK hardcore a lot. You know, that's really my style. I like to do. But at the end, of course, you know, it's good to be. You know, if you can you imagine if you did fucking 15 years only fast stuff, man, you
That doesn't work.
it would kill yourself, man.
Yeah. Well, then,
Okay.
yeah, the people like the Destroyer have been doing the same sound for 15 years, and it still sounds great. So some people can do it, but
Yeah,
you need to
destroy
switch it up, man. Like,
destroy is a different kind of animal, a different
yeah,
beast. Oh my god.
yeah.
Yeah, but he's really his own thing, you know. It's destroy style. It's but the
You know,
funny thing is it's old school. It's Gabba, but it really doesn't change. If you listen to track 20 years ago and now, maybe it's mixed down a bit better, but the whole inside, the whole vibe is totally destroyed.
it's true. He's like the only one I can probably name that has, you know, that has his style that's been, you know, almost unchanged since then.
Yeah,
Which, you know, I have respect for that too. But I
man.
like too many styles, and I
Yeah.
like too many different stuff to say to one thing.
But
Yeah.
back in the days, you always did for Liberty White, I think, or not? You worked for them.
Well, working's a big word, but I did for a few editions. I did the hardcore
Yeah.
rooms, the lineup, one in the Founders Expo where
Yeah,
we booked
yeah,
you, and
yeah.
that lineup was so
Yeah.
sick. I basically I assembled like a dream team lineup,
Yeah,
and
cool.
they ended up booking every one of them. There was such a huge lineup, but sadly the weather was really against the organization because a
Man,
lot of
what's
didn't get there. They were snowed in. I think DJ Rush couldn't make it. Yeah, it was such a huge location, and yeah,
yeah. I remember that.
Dramatic was the last one also, or maybe they did like one after that. I don't know, but yeah, I did it a few times for them, but yeah.
Yeah, but did you ever play for in Spain for Trivial? The guys, Trivial Experience, Trivial.
I don't think so.
It's like a
It doesn't
big-
ring a
There was also a big techno organization back in the day.
Okay.
Crazy. Yeah, but the things like the techno you like now, is it really like
Yeah.
the techno? Who was your techno heroes from back then? Comparing now.
From back then, it's a bit of a tricky question. I always liked techno, but I never got really very deep into it. And like the guys from Liberty White, I knew them more for the hard techno, you know.
Yeah.
but I never really um, touched it very well when it came to production.
Mhm.
It's only until like the last few years when I didn't really relate to the hardcore so much anymore that I found this whole new industrial techno sound, which is actually in my eyes like gabber from the 90s. You know, like really
Mhm.
a lot of the stuff has really more balls than a lot of hardcore I hear now. It's just the sound is more raw. Like now it's more like polished and plastic sounding. Well, that's why I really liked the whole techno stuff, and that's why I went back in there. But names from back then is a bit tricky to name. But
Yeah.
yeah,
No,
now
but
now I really like a lot of. Oh, there's so many good names, but of course, I mean, I love what Ghost in the Machine is doing. I think they put it a bit on the map for hardcore people. Like, okay, this
yeah.
is also really good, you know. Yeah, and everything perk tracks related. But yeah, I don't know. I like to keep it really raw. Like you don't even know if it's techno or hardcore. That's
Yeah.
the techno I like to do.
Yeah, but funny, the Hong Kong Finance release is coming up, I think, soon. I don't know when. You did one track, 150 BPM. And
Yeah.
actually, yeah, it's funny. You sent me, and it was supposed to be for Drop Bass Network, you told me?
Well, not supposed to be, but I made it in
Made
the
it,
back
yeah.
of my mind. Like, okay, this is what. Well, I heard from people that Drop Bass would release records again. So I was really, I found it motivated. I can make a track in 1-2 days, and then like really happy with it. And so I sent it to Kurt, and he was like, "I really like it, but they already had quite a bit of releases in queue, and they would have kept it more into the acid side.
Yeah.
So the track I made, is more
Yeah.
old drop bass. You
Yeah.
don't even know if it's hardcore or whatever, but that's really the style I really love to do, and it perfectly fits what I mean. Like A&D, which is a big group playing techno, and they played this on Unpolished and stuff for thousands of people as
Yeah.
like the second track. They just almost opened with it. It just that's what I mean. That techno crowd or vibe. They're so open minded, and they everything you throw at them they will dance to, and that's something I was starting to miss in the hardcore.
Yeah. No, it's good,
Uh,
man.
yeah, diversity is cool, but yeah, I'm really happy that it's going for Hong Kong Violence now because it fits well with the vibe of the other two tracks, which is
Yeah.
also pretty earthy hardcore terror.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, most stuff I make is pretty old sounding now, and I really love.
no, but the new one just came out with the details,
Yeah,
the penis bag
yeah,
shit. That's
yeah,
a good one. I
yeah.
like it.
This
Really.
one's less old sounding because you have to find your balance with Daniel, but I think it worked quite well, and I still try to put some 909 kicks hidden in there, and there's some acid in the bag of dicks and stuff,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
nice. I think it got really well received so far. I think from the
No,
crowd.
I liked it. I like the track. Garrett sent him a month ago and played on the podcast. It's good. It's a good dance for vibe, and yeah, I like it.
Yes.
Is
Yeah.
you hear also a little bit, yeah, all your signature style in it, so that's good.
Yes, yeah, yeah. That's what I think. Also, the first one we did, Hark to the Penis
Yeah,
and Revolution. You hear both of our styles, and I think we nailed it again now. Hearing his
yeah,
kicks and his edits into my sort of soundscapes and whatever.
yeah.
Yeah,
But the
it's
penis is
all
the main
happening.
thing. Is the penis the main thing in the tracks? Or
Well, yeah. There's this. Well, it wasn't intentionally, but yeah, when me
yeah,
and Daniel start to talk, it often gets very sexual
all right.
and very homoerotic. So yeah, that's how it sort of began again. We should do something with dicks on the cover. I remember him saying that he wanted that as a cover, and I just rolled with it. And then we should do it pink, just really make it over the top, and then all the titles started to be about dicks and
Yeah.
stupid stuff. Yeah, so
No,
yeah, it's
no,
cool.
but Vic, your fans, the audience will love it. I like it. It fits very good on Prospect, right?
Yes.
The Prospect owner really likes that also. So yeah, right.
Yeah, yeah, Garrett has big love for men as well. So
Yeah, he's a really Garrett's a dick, man.
yes,
Peep, you gotta cut it out, but he won't listen anyway, man. Anyway, okay,
probably.
man. Yeah, we're already talking 40 minutes, so I have to rush a bit. Like,
Okay.
okay, so we near again 2010, and now with the last 10 years, you played Overboard, you played a lot of parties, a lot of raves, I think.
Yeah.
Thunderdome, you did Thunderdome also, right? A couple of times.
Last year, first
Yeah,
time. Yeah,
first time. I
first
th-
time. Yeah, yeah.
Damn.
was waiting on, like, come on. I mean,
Oh my
I set
god.
my goals out throughout the year, and that was one that I've been wanting to, cross off since a while, and it happened. Yeah.
Yeah, I know you played last year, but I thought you played a couple of editions before you.
No, I think I probably had like pretty much all the major things apart from that one. So
Mm.
it happened. So I'm happy with that.
Yeah, but this and then came COVID-19. So at least your bucket list is filled,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I had a really good year, even though I was still struggling with my health. I did Japan, I did the USA
Yeah.
tour. I'm
Yeah.
forgetting all the other stuff now, actually, because
Yeah.
it seems so long ago, man. It's like a different life. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
It's
weird.
like
It's weird.
it's like the afterlife we are now in.
Yeah. It's like we should be retired, but
Yeah.
focus
Yeah.
fine.
Crazy. But how was
how it's gonna be.
but how was USA actually? I didn't have the chance to ask you actually. The parties in LA. How was it?
Oh, LA was brilliant. I mean, that was. I was the only odd bird on the lineup a bit
Mhm.
because you had like Art of Fighters and then more hardstyle, raw style names. But yeah, the venue is Globe Theater, which is really downtown LA, which is
Mhm.
like old. Yeah, it has that old kind of casino vibe going with like round balconies and great sound, great production. I was there for a few days, then flew out to Arizona for more underground party. So I had three dates I had to play.
Mhm.
One LA, one Arizona, Mesa, and then New York. And I played each time different stuff.
All
So
right.
I did like industrial to terror for Los Angeles, and then Arizona I did like underground terror, early terror stuff, and then
Mhm.
New York was a longer set, so I did like really from slow techno to all the
Dope.
way the fast shit. So
How
yeah.
how was New York actually?
The first thing I really remember is it being really, really cold because I came from Arizona, the desert, which was like 30 degrees Celsius, and then there it was like freezing point, and I wasn't really
Really?
dressed. I wasn't dressed for it because I was taking a little bit of time after the gigs to go to Florida to chill and go to the Everglades and stuff. I was so cold, but the gig there was really cozy and it was packed. And I ended up on another rave where randomer there were some techno people. Rob G was playing, so we ended
All
up
right.
having a rave later. It was fucking dope, and the city is I've never been there before earlier. So yeah, it's so yeah. I love the big cities, the views and everything. And I stayed at Kilborn's place, so it was really cool to hang with her and
All right. Cool.
yeah, it was a very cool experience. And then in Florida, I went with Dormouse a little bit to hang out, and
Oh my god.
it was just a great journey of everything. And I got so close to alligators that I'm still smiling. I fucking love those animals, so it was dope. Everything was dope.
Awesome, man. Yeah, New
Yeah.
York. My bucket list is still New York to go to New
Mhm.
York. Still, I've been
Yeah.
mostly everywhere, but that one, yeah, should be really
Yeah.
cool, man. Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. With
Yeah.
with Dormouse.
Yeah,
So
we didn't hang out much. He basically made a little bit of time available because he
All right.
lives at Miami Beach, and I
Yeah, I
I
know.
just flew in and I had a really rough travel, and I drove around with not a Mustang, but with like really a muscle car, an American muscle car cabrio, and then we just met a little bit for a drink, and he showed me around before I just went to the Florida Keys.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was just cool because I could keep talking, man. Seriously,
Yeah,
Dormouse. He's actually the one, and I totally forgot. It was just people pointing it out to me later on. He was the one that switched me from like really drum and bass to the first things I heard hardcore wise. That Skelechair's track was like
yeah,
it was still very breaky or drum and bass wise in my head, but those kicks and that really opened up everything towards the hardcore. Like then I started discovering Death Chant and everything that came with it. So I still owe him that.
yeah. Honestly, a lot of even Dutch mainstream hardcore DJs really like Skelechair's remix he did.
Mm.
Because it had started like this breakcore, but he's programmed kind of 4/4, so it's quite mixable,
Yeah. And those amens in there,
Yeah.
they're so dirty. I mean, it got my attention. I was blown away. I think at the age when I heard it, I must have been 16, 17 or something.
Mhm.
I was like, ooh, this is it, But I never looked back.
Yeah, because I like the Dormouse one he did on Digital Hot,
Yeah.
And then with the Unibomber, they did it really. That was really.
Yeah.
I like those stuff. Cool. Yeah, we have some like 20 minutes left. So
Alright.
yeah, every show I would ask you two things, and you have to choose which one you like most. You can also skip one question if it's getting too hard for you. So if you don't want to answer and don't want to offend people afterwards, you can say skip. Yeah. So I'll do the first one. Yeah, it will be a hard one. Prospect or Deadchant?
That's tricky, especially.
Yeah, I know. You can skip. You can skip and go to the next one.
Well, I don't want to skip, but I can't just say, oh, you really need to choose one without.
Yeah.
Oh,
skip avoid everything.
then I need to skip everything because I would choose maybe Deadchant because it had I know them earlier than Prospect, so I like to go back in the roots and what evolved me into the sound that I had. But it's a difficult choice, and I might get kicked off the agency because of it. So
yeah, that's why
I don't know.
No, man.
Yeah.
Just skip this one. I did on purpose, man. I gave you all the easy one, the second one. Analog gear or digital gear? You have to choose. When you're on an island, you have to choose now. Go.
Fuck. I can't choose. I don't do one without the other. So I have to still go with digital. Sadly, I would love to choose analog, but I still do way too much stuff digitally. I pull out the sounds analog, but then I have too much work on them digitally. So I have to take. If you dump me on an island, I have to say digitally.
Yeah, no, these are tricky questions. I know it's hard for every producer to say what's best.
It's really a stinky show, isn't it?
Yeah. Sometimes after 45 minutes, people expect some nasty things, man. So
yeah.
Okay, right. I'll do the other one. Maybe you don't want to answer. Alcohol or drugs?
Whew. I'm gonna say alcohol.
Yeah.
Because that's where it starts, Yeah. Well, yeah, alcohol. I like drugs too, but yeah, it's both very unhealthy. But with alcohol, I can stop when I want.
Yeah, but alcohol is fucking legalized and worldwide, man. That's the
exactly too. Okay, so for all the children and moms and dads that are listening, alcohol.
Yeah, but I will, when it's sooner or later, first it will be a Prospect app exclusive, and Rex Show will do some radio sounds and fucking crazy stuff at behind, so it will be a little bit more like a radio show. But after I will put it on YouTube, but I will put it on not for kids, so don't worry.
Right.
Kids, don't worry. Okay, I got the other one for you, man. Oblivion Records or Third Movement? Yeah, it's a stinky
another
show.
one of the stinky shit. Okay, it's stinky because, well, I'm part of Oblivion, obviously, but I like to look at the back catalog, what they've all done. But anyway, I'm gonna go for Oblivion because Joe, I love you.
Joe, you got a winner.
Yeah. Third Movement did a lot of good stuff, but I don't like the recent stuff. So I mean, then why make it more difficult and piss off my friends? So Oblivion all the way.
Yeah, that's good, man. That's a good question. Okay, this one's easy. Dutch food or Belgian food?
Yeah, definitely Belgian.
Yeah, the Dutch food's so shit.
Yeah. What's your cuisine? Okay, you have like the Surinaamse shit, which is cool, but it's not exactly Dutch, is it? No.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's the only thing that makes your cuisine a bit better. But yeah, we have a lot of good stuff. I mean, they call it French fries, but they're actually from Belgium. We have great cheese, great beer. Yeah, the list goes on, but I'm kind of, I don't know.
Well, yeah, Belgium is like, maybe if you listen to borders, if you live in Breda or Roosendaal, it's so close to Belgian border, but the food is so much better. It's crazy.
Yeah. This is a question I can totally, without thinking about, say Belgium.
Okay, if you have a chance to play, what do you prefer? You gotta choose one. Thunderdome main stage or Awakenings main stage?
I would go for Thunderdome.
Yeah, cool.
Because it's still more to the roots and main stage, but I would still really try to make a very tricky track list and try and do some, educational tracks in there or whatever. Just really make a very broad set list. While Awakenings, as big as it is, I don't think. Yeah, it's more like techno, like minimal
yeah,
techno. I mean, if
yeah.
you would have said unpolished, I would have already thought like, yeah, would have been more difficult.
Well, that's the next
It's-
question. So,
yeah, yeah, okay. Well, yeah, let's just go for Thunderdome.
okay, the next question is Prospect main stage or unpolished main stage?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go for unpolished on this one. It's
Of
funny.
course, you always play main stage if you want. So unpolished, you can.
Yeah, unpolished. That's still also one a bucket list thing, and I like the fact on unpolished. Like I said, techno people are, in my mind or in my eyes, a bit more open-minded on what you can play. So you
Yeah.
can play really even old, slow hardcore, just a bunch of techno. I could really do a set that I like to do at the moment, like really, yeah, do some old digging and yeah, very diverse, but yet very dark and hard and whatever. I mean, Prospect, yeah. Damn, there's 2 times I'm not choosing Prospect. That's not really good, is it?
Yeah, but this
But
is Stinky Tofu show. This is the
yeah,
show. Prospect, we give me a lot of penalties, but fuck that shit, man.
yeah. But yeah, Prospect main stage is also though. I mean, Prospect is actually the same. You could also have the freedom to play what you want, but Unpolished hasn't been done before, so
No, see like this. If they choose unpolished, Garrett can also get money from you. So it's the win-win.
yes. Oh yeah, voila. Yeah.
But if the people of unpolished listen to this podcast, you know what Triple's bucket list is. Just so if COVID-19 is gone, get this
Yes.
Triple guy on unpolished, man. Definitely.
Yeah, that would be really dope.
Okay, this is maybe a good one. I don't know how you will answer it. Ghent or Antwerpen?
Ghent, definitely.
In which kind of way?
Well, Ghent is way closer for me, and it's also where I played a lot of, in the past when I started my career a bit. Ghent was where it was all going down. You had a lot of tiny clubs like Steegske, Rector. There were a lot of parties there, and that's sort of where I grew up.
Yeah.
And basically, Ghent is full of West Flemish people. So like half of the people here that grow up go to studying in Ghent because it's like a student city. So there's a lot of friends that I know that live there. While Antwerp is already more close to Holland. It's a bit of a different mentality as well. So yeah, I can relate more to the Ghent hippies.
But is it true that the people in Belgium are more polite in the French side than the Dutch side?
I'm not sure about polite.
Of meer well like
It really depends. Like, I'm just getting it out there. Like, and people from Antwerp have this name to be more arrogant. Maybe it's just because they're closer to Brabant, and that's what Dutch people are more straight. They say what they feel or think, while we are more a bit reserved.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a big gap with friendliness, though. It really depends where exactly you're from the Flemish region.
Cool.
So yeah, no, I know friendly people all around.
Of course, man. I fucking okay. The other one, this is a good one. You ask, you reply fast. A cat or a dog?
A cat,
Yeah.
all the way. I grew up with having dogs and stuff, and I actually worked in a company that I did graphic design for like 5-6 years. It's already quite a bit of years ago, and I worked for a company that did dog grooming products. So I made the catalogs and did all that stuff. So there were poodles running around in the office, and I had to do like grooming shows and stuff like that. And there was a photographer there. So I know a lot about dogs and all the products that come with it. But for me, especially with the lifestyle you have, traveling a lot, cats are way more easy. And I don't like to walk much either, like to walk a dog. I mean, it's boring for me. So cats all the way. I have 2, and yeah. Yeah, cats. I still love dogs, but for my situation, yeah, definitely cats.
Yeah, no,
I love dogs too, because I worked with them and I always had them, but it's a bit too high maintenance for me.
Yes, they take a lot. But you have a cat at home, right?
I have 2. Yeah, they're not in the studio right now. I closed the door for the noise. Yeah, I have 2.
Can you show them? Can you show them? Yeah.
I need to run outside for that though. I can try and get one, but I might be gone for like a minute.
Oh no! That people will say, "Oh, you have to play some music in the background." No. Skip for skip for next time. Okay, this one is maybe a silly one, but you have to reply quick, otherwise people will think, "What the fuck?" A boy or girl?
Fuck, a girl.
Okay, next one. Okay, Chinese food or Thai food?
Thai food.
Yeah, honestly, I agree with you. I like Thai food too
Thai is
because
amazing. Yeah.
Chinese food is really good, but it's a lot of
Yeah.
diversity. This you have Cantonese, Mandarins, you have the Sichuan. This you cannot say that kind of Chinese food is good. So, but I like Thai food. I like the spicy stuff. It's good.
Yeah, I cannot handle much spice, but I love the how much they work with, yeah, like lemongrass stuff, and I mean like certain
Yeah, it's awesome.
ingredients that I actually had Asian food for lunch, with also with lemongrass and stuff. So
But I think it's not.
like,
Yeah, it's better not to say Thai or Chinese, just Asian food in general.
voilà. Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so if you choose like, what do you root? Sydney or LA?
That's tricky. I love both.
I know you love both. That's why I'm asking.
Shit, that's a really tricky one. It's so different. When it comes to music, I would go more to the LA part because
Yeah.
Sydney, yeah, all the rules and stuff, whatever. But I do like everything around Australia, and I have a lot of friends there also. I love the people, but same goes for LA. Damn, do I really need to choose? I don't know. I've been actually more to Sydney than LA, so I'm going for Sydney.
Yeah, you have
But a lot of people will say no, probably to my.
you have a pretty a big fan base in Sydney, right?
Yeah, I think I played 4 times already. Yeah, yeah, and I love to travel a bit around when I have the time. Last time I went up to the Great Barrier Reef to Cairns and went jumped out of an airplane, like the parachute jumping. Yeah, I wanted to do some different stuff. Yeah, that's really what I miss so much, the traveling that I can do with having a booking. I always try and take some time apart to just see nature and see the world before it goes to shit even more.
I've lost the question. This is a good
Yeah.
one. What do you like more? When you go out, when you have a gig outside Holland, right? Outside Belgium, what do you like more? See the gig or mostly the experience? To be honest.
I would say the experience, because experience is a bit about everything. It's the traveling, it's the new culture, seeing stuff, but the experience also sort of talks about the gig. I mean, it's like the total experience.
Yeah.
No, I will not just be most excited about, I played there or there. It's more like the whole travel, and then you got to meet these people, and you got to eat this, and you got to everything. But of course, the party itself is a big part of it. But I can't just choose only the party, because
I agree.
most of the stuff is the sightseeing for me, and just the culture or everything that comes with it.
No, I totally agree with you, man.
Yeah.
Because the gig is something, it's totally awesome, but I like really to travel. The day you used to go in the car in the airport, see the people, eat the local food, go to the party.
I like to do that by myself too. I mean, normally when I go on holidays, I like to have someone with me or something. But for this, I don't mind, because you have time to, think and listen to some music and do everything at your own pace and see what you want to see, do what you want to do, if that works with the organization, of course. But the freedom you get.
Man, I think this is a great ending, man. That's what we like. We hope, maybe
Nice.
sounds cliche, but we hope we all the DJs in the world can do the things we like go get the experience, play the gigs.
Yes, I hope so too.
To be fucking serious again, not really serious, but to the things we like. And at the end, I hope to have you back in the show after a couple of years.
Cool.
Not a couple of years, but see what happens.
Thanks for having me. Anyway, it's good talk.
Yeah, it's just 1 hour. It's growing fast, right? It's crazy.
It's going really fast. I feel like we could talk for a few hours more. I mean,
yeah, but I think the attention span will go.
Yes. Exactly.
It's crazy. Okay. Anyway, Francis, really thanks for this. I really, I love this interviews. I think it's really cool. I'm not gonna listen back. I'm gonna put it in edit, and it's all real. And for the rest, do you have something to say to the people? Just say it now.
Just that I'm looking forward to seeing everybody again. That I can, put a smile on their face while playing, or just seeing friends. I mean, I just hope I can see everybody again very soon, and that shit can go back to normal.
Awesome, man.
Right.
Okay, man. Don't go away. I'm gonna press stop. Okay,
Yes.
see you later. And I press
No.
stop now.
Bye, guys.
Bye bye.